Hello, my name is Benjamin Prejean. I am in CISC 106. This is my final project. I did a rendition of the Pokemon game Black and White. If you're unfamiliar with Pokemon, it's basically kind of like a turn-based fight game where you have a Pokemon, which is like a little creature. You're trying to take out another Pokemon just through some attacks. I'll just briefly go through the code, just my state class, then we'll get into the website. So, firstly, there's two important data classes here. There's the move data class, which is just uh, the method of attack that a Pokemon has. Right, it has a name for the move. It has some numbers here, which is gonna either inflict damage. It's gonna increase its own Pokemon's power. It's gonna increase its own defense, or it could heal itself. That's just a move. Pokemon has a name, an element type, three moves, and then some numbers just for those attack calculations, and then a selected move, which is going to be important when you as the user select which move you want to use. Then in my state class, I have the user Pokemon. This is just the Pokemon that the user picks. There's one of three you can pick. The enemy Pokemon. This is just the one that is preset. It's Snorlax. The username, which you will put in at the start of the game. The language, that's an integer because it was just going to be easier that way. It's 0 for English, 1 for Spanish. And then at any point where there's dialogue, like we'll just look right here, right? It just checks if state.language is 0, then it returns the English version. If it's Spanish or 1, then it returns the Spanish version. So pretty easy there. And then I have potions and Pokeballs. These are just items in the game that you can use, right? And then it just subtracts 1 every time you use one. So let's go ahead and get into the game. I'll run through most of the code today. So continue. Here we select English or Spanish. This is just going to update state.language to either 0 or 1. Go English. Here we can put in our name. So I'll put in Ben. Okay, powerful Pokemon. So here we can select a starter Pokemon. This is just going to be our user underscore Pokemon for the state class. Here I can click on anyone. It gives me a little description. I can either select it, which will actually update the state class, or I can just come back to this page. I can click on any of these. Gives me a little description. I'm going to go with Snivy. Actually, I'll go with Tepig. It's probably my favorite. So this will update the state class. So now Tepig is our Pokemon. Here we're just kind of going through a little filler kind of. uh, Either one of these will do the same thing. Move away slowly. Snorlax. So here's where we get into the meat and potatoes. This is the battle page, of which you can do three things. You can either attack, use items, or you can run. The run is basically all it does is it just checks if your Pokemon's health is at or above 66. If it is, then the run is successful and you just return to the start of the game. If it's not, then you fail a run and the Snorlax will attack you. We're not going to click run just because I don't want to restart the game. Then I have items. Here, if I click on this, I can either use a potion or Pokeball, right? Potion will heal me. Pokeball will run an if statement, right, to see if I can catch the other Pokemon. It only works if the enemy Pokemon health is below 25. So if I use a Pokeball here, which I'll just do real quick, it'll fail, and then the Snorlax will attack me. So that's not good. And then here in attack, I can select one of three moves, or I could return back to the battle page. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Embolden. This is going to increase Tepig's power. We're kind of in a pickle. So I'll use Embolden one more time and pray they don't. Oh, yeah. So here, the enemy Pokemon hit us enough. Our health went below 0. We lost. Kind of unfortunate. And because Tepig fainted, we have to return to the start. So I'll just go ahead and play through the Spanish version. It's the same game. It's just in Spanish, and it's just running those if statements. So I'll go ahead. I'll pick Snivy this time. I'll just show off the Spanish version. I don't speak Spanish. I did this purely through Google Translate, and I had someone who did speak Spanish kind of play the game. He said it looked okay. So we'll just kind of play through this real quick. I'll try to beat them. But after every single attack, what it's doing is it just checks if the enemy or user Pokemon's health has gone below 0. If it has, it automatically just redirects you to the winner page or loser page. We use fertilizer one more time. And so that's all that works. Okay, I think we're gonna be able to win this. Sometimes these battles do take a while. So I apologize for that. I did make it's actually pretty difficult. Not pretty difficult, but it is harder to beat the enemy Pokemon. I think we're gonna be able to do it on this one. Yep. So if you don't speak Spanish, this basically just means congratulations, Ben. Snivy has taken out Snorlax. You're well on your way to becoming a Pokemon master, and then we can go ahead and go to the start. So that's my game. Yeah, thank you for watching.